Need you for the old me. Need you for my sanity. Need you to remind me where I come from. Hey guys, it's Grace Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be doing an Anki tutorial. I'm currently demonstrating how to download the Anki app to your computer. I'm going to be downloading, so right now I'm actually downloading the Anki 2.1.11, but my computer is an older Mac, so this is not going to be compatible with my computer. So I went back and downloaded one of the older versions, which is the ones that you can see down there, the standard, and I'm just adding it to my applications. This is what Anki looks like when you open it up. I have a bunch of decks that I've already created for my classes. I usually make an Anki deck per lecture, and I'll put up a more detailed video in the future about how I use Anki to study for classes. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I have an old Mac, so I have an external hard drive, and I'm just adding my Anki deck folder to my favorites bar so that I can export some of the decks that I have here to that folder just to make it a little bit more clear. So it's less chunky and back down. So yeah, now I'm just going to go through the sidebar. So when you're in Anki, you have your main decks, you have how many cards are due, what's new, and then you have the little settings bar on each deck where you can change the name. And here I think I'm going to change it exam 2 material. And then you can look at options to change different features, how many new cards you want to see, the order, the graduating interval. You can also change the max review per day. So I have 300 cards because usually most of my cards, my decks have about like 300 cards in them for exam reviews. Lapses, so if you want to time yourself, you know, the interval, the number of days and things like that. And yeah. So you can also time yourself. I don't really do use of the timer. I find the last few options are not really necessary. All you need to do is just change your max new card amount depending on what you're studying for and how much time you have. So yeah, that type bar basically will change the type of deck that you're dealing with. I usually keep it simple. I use basic Quizlet, and image occlusion. This bar essentially is used for the browse features. You can browse through all the decks in your card. Other than that, yeah, I have a lot of previous decks and tabs, but this pretty much is not that useful. The only thing that you need to use for browse is if you want to change an old card or go and see what decks you have. Okay, so now I'm back into a deck and I'm going to just be going through the cards. As you can see at the bottom, you're going to have like see it in 1 minute, a good and an easy selection. This is an image occlusion card that I use for anatomy. So yeah. So now going into the importing Anki decks or importing Quizlet decks to Anki, you're just going to type into Google Quizlet to Anki importer. Make sure you click the right one for your Anki download. So for this one, I'm using the 2.1 just because I have an older Mac. And I'm going to go to the toolbar section and click on the add-ons. And then I'm going to get add-ons. I'm going to hit the get add-on button. I'm going to paste that code, enter it. It's going to add it, and there it is. We're going to then close it. I already had it, so I'm just doing it for demonstration. But we're going to close this. We're going to reopen Anki, and then you'll be able to import decks no problem. But yeah, you would go to the toolbars and then click on add-ons and then click get add-ons and paste the code. You can read through the whole web page entry, but apparently a lot of people hate reading, so this obviously is faster. And now you're just going to use the URL for whatever Anki deck that you want to use. So I have my biometrics class. I'm going to take this test 1 card. I previously took this test, got a 95 on it, so that was great. But anywho, yeah, so this is taking a good minute to get through. But, yeah, I'm going to basically take the URL and add it. We're going to go back to tools, import from Quizlet, and then paste it, and then import the deck. And there we go. Voila. All those cards are now there. I'm going to move that chapter 1 review into the biometrics like subfolder format. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do for my Quizlet to Anki importing. Moving on to image occlusion. So yeah, there's a couple other videos on this before, but they're just like so long and there's just so much talking that really doesn't have to be there. And I just wanted to put a straightforward video. Not to bash anyone who's made a video, but like it really is not that complicated. I feel like people make it seem like it's so intimidating. But yeah, you just take the code. You're going to go to the same toolbar at the top when you open your Anki app. You can't see the toolbar just because I was trying to hide my legal government federal name. But anywho, yeah, you're going to click on the add-on, open add-ons folder. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. You're going to go to tools, add-ons, browse, and install. That's what I meant. And then you're just going to do that. And then it's successful. So then obviously you have to restart the app. You're going to close the app, open the app back up. Yeah, I'm just currently making the deck. But no, I really like image occlusion. I find it really helpful for anatomy or anything that you need to remember or do a lot of like labeling and matching. So I'm just going to be demonstrating, I think with a bone example or the long bone diagram. Oh, I think it's actually endochondral ossification is the system that I'll be using or image that I'll be using. So yeah, I'm now opening the file. Because I have storage issues, I usually save my images or screenshots to iCloud or my external hard drive. I'm going to use the box to clearly cover the images or the text. And it's best to use images, like this image is exactly from our textbook as well as a slide that our professor used. We weren't directly tested on it, but having this knowledge was beneficial. But yeah, the little keys on the side are pretty intuitive. The boxes, the circle, and the morphed or irregular shape are tools that you can use to block out text. The arrow allows you to change or move the boxes around. You can also use the pen features, but really you're probably just going to use the rectangle. Using the rectangle box figure for your image occlusion will be the best way to go because you won't really have difficulty. All show one feature. I click usually hide all show one so that I can just test myself. I think that's a better way of using image occlusion. Some people like to use the hide one show one feature, but it's not the best. Okay, yeah, so now I'm just going to go through this deck and show you what it would look like after you're done with the image occlusion. So study now. You're going to have the card obviously highlight in red. You'll hit spacebar to reveal and then make your selection if it's good, easy, or if it's hard and you want to see it within a minute. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please check out some of my other videos. I plan on doing a couple more Tech Tuesday, Anki tutorials, and whatnot. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.